Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Postseason Varsity Roundtable, a weekly look at high school sports in the Fox Valley area and the only live online high school sports talk show in the state. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin Digital Live Stream team. We are here in an amazing high definition at the mothership, the Post Crescent, 306 West Washington Street, downtown Appleton. This week our focus is on football, prep football, and more specifically one of the best teams in Division III, we'll call it, from the Menasha Blue Jays. Farthest over to my right, we have Cullen Quick. Cullen, say hi to everyone. There
Hello.
you go. Directly to my right, we have Tyler Rail. Tyler,
Hi.
there you go. Guys are on board here to talk about the great season that they've been having. We're heading into the final week and how they want to finish strong against their opponent this week and also start that big playoff push the week after. But before I start with those questions, I want to let everyone know that we're live and interactive. So if you have any questions, please log into that live chat. If you're watching on desktop, you should see a viewer near where you're seeing the screen. Log in there, give yourself a name. The guys don't be wanting to hear it from anonymous or guests. Put your name down there, let them know who's asking these questions. We got Brett Christopherson over there behind the Dell computer handling those questions. And don't forget about Jim Rosedick punching buttons behind the live stream machine, but like I do before every show, and it started because of some Menasha good-looking football players. Ladies, you can't be asking the guys for numbers or anything like that. I know it's hard to resist, but you can't be doing that, all right? Let's just keep it on football, and we'll be okay. Guys, what I want to do, though, is I want to get some introductions. So farthest over to my right. This is one I actually want you to stare at the camera, okay, Cullen? Give everyone the positions that you play and how you got into playing football. Go ahead, my friend.
I play offensive line and defensive line, and one of the big things that got me into football was I played football with my older and younger brother in the front yard pretty much every day, and eventually my parents were like, hey, let's go sign you up for football.
Okay, all right. And Tyler Rail, go ahead, your turn.
Yeah, so basically I'm the running back, and my parents really pushed me into football and sports, so that's pretty much how I got into it.
Okay, had no choice. All right, again, if you have any questions for either of these guys, for Cullen or Tyler, please log into that live chat, and we'll get the questions over to them right away. Now listen, guys, 7-1 heading into the final week of the season. What can you tell me about the season so far? Are you guys healthy? Give me an update, I guess, general on the team, and then we'll go into more specifics, okay, with some of my next questions. So, Colin, how's the team feeling? Are you guys pretty much healthy, or what's the status?
We're pretty healthy right now. One of the major things is just keeping our mindset focused, no matter what's going on in school, home lives, or whatever. Just keeping our mindsets focused on to our next game so we can get ourselves prepped for the playoffs.
Okay, Tyler?
Basically, we go into every week just focusing on getting better, just taking that next step to get the team operating on all cylinders. So, yeah.
Okay. Now you guys have a program that's let's be honest, in Division II or Division III, whatever division you're going to be playing in, you guys are seen as one of the top contenders year in and year out. Do you like that, Tyler? Kind of having that kind of, I don't want to say expectations, but I guess you could call it that, expectations. Okay, we expect Menasha to not just compete in the Bay, with West Appear and and compete for the title. We expect you guys to kind of be there contending for that title, Division II title or III title overall. Do you like having those kind of expectations?
Yeah, I do like it. It's a very good motivation. When the off season comes around, it's always nice to think that people are expecting us to do good. It's just a good way to get pushed if you don't already have that big motivation. Okay.
Now, Cullen, obviously the coaches and players, you guys have expectations, but is it also you hear it sometimes from the community? They expect, oh, you guys have a good team this year. You guys have that 2000, I think it was the 14 year you guys won the championship staring at you. Do you kind of feel that kind of pressure a little bit?
At times I feel it, like when we did go up against West Appear in week 6, it was like everybody wasn't really focused on school that day. People would be coming up to us asking, hey, how you guys going to do tonight? Is it going to be a good game? And it's a little bit of pressure on you, but it's also that good feeling that you have people backing you up.
Okay, all right, good stuff. Brett, let me know if you have any questions over there. Let's talk about the expectations coming in on offense. Now, obviously, Cullen, you play both offense and defense, correct me if I'm wrong, and Tyler, obviously you're the team's starting running back. Let's talk about the offense a little bit, because you guys have weapons. I mean, we had Pope in here. Did I say his name right? Pope? Yeah, I did. Yes, I got it right. But yeah, we had Pope in here, for the Elite 11, one of the top quarterbacks around. So you had to feel good, right, Colin? I mean, thinking, okay, well, we're going to score some points here if we do our jobs and limit our mistakes, right?
Yeah, we've been. Our offensive line has been focusing a lot on technique this year and getting our little steps down, as our coaching staff has told us this year. It's the little things that matter, and it's really been showing because we've been working on the small things like where you have to have your hands, and it's been working. And our receivers, Cole at quarterback, Tyler at running back. They're all just working on the little things to get everything set and moving for us so that we can score those high amount of points.
Yeah, Tyler, when I was talking to Korth before the season started, he's like, hey, we expect Tyler to have a very good season. He's, we're expecting him to really be a big part of the offense. How did what were your expectations coming in for yourself? Did you like having that kind of, expectation that, hey, they're expecting me to really come through and produce today or this year?
Yeah, again, like I said before, it's pretty motivating, but it's not hard to, perform when I got these big guys up in front of me. So. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good stuff again here with Menasha football players Cullen Quick, Tyler Rail. Now, guys, we could have billions watching us. We never know if China's checking in or Russia. You never know, India could be checking in. Brett, what do you have for us, Mike?
Well, I know football fans checking in. He or she is the first one to ask. It's a good question. I understand what they're saying. Was your game against West Appear a lot of fun, or was it very frustrating? Remember, we streamed that game and it was back and forth.
I'll tell you, it was fun for us.
Maybe
not so much fun for you guys at the end, but for us, it was fun because we were seeing. First off, we hadn't seen West Appear struggle like that. I mean, you guys are going up and down the field on them many times. And they're obviously tough to stop with Blount. But yeah, I know you guys came on the wrong end of the game, obviously, but you guys, must feel pretty good going against a team that's your equal, or someone that you guys really respect.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great battle, and it was pretty fun, and we knew as a team that we took that leap, that we got a lot better that game. So it was, yeah.
Yeah. Anything to add to that, Cullen?
One of the things that really struck me is we all walked over to the end zone where we sat down, waited for our coaches. They came over and said, we have the potential to go all the way. Tonight was the only thing that we needed to see whether it was the true factor that you were ready or not. And they said that we were ready. So
yeah, I think that's what we felt, Brett. Right? We felt like, okay, because let's be honest, the drives you didn't score. I mean, there was mistakes, there was penalties because the game was all offense. Is that kind of how you feel, Tyler? Like if you guys can just limit those mistakes, those little irritating mistakes, kind of mental mistakes, really, you guys it seemingly felt like you guys could score on every drive.
Yeah, those little setbacks are definitely tough, but I feel like as a team we'd put a lot of work into working when you're in just a big adversity situation. Okay. So that's what we focused on, and I feel like the drives that we didn't score, there's just a little bit too much going on. So now that we're prepared for that, I don't think anything can stop us.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cullen, that kind of sets the bar, right? Okay, we know how well we got to play to beat a team like that. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, it's pretty much on the dot with what I was thinking.
Okay, all right. Brett, do you have something else from
online? Yeah, Ringo for Cullen. How does wrestling benefit you on the football field?
Yeah, one of the top heavyweights in our area. Yeah, talk about that.
Wrestling has helped me with my agility in the most part. I got bumped to tackle this week. They started running me at tackle, but with me being at guard and pulling all the time and being able to fit up onto secondary level players and maybe even the third level, it's really been helpful with getting myself set and being able to catch those smaller, faster guys.
We could talk about wrestling a little bit because you made it to the state tournament.
I did not.
Well, you did not, but you came close, if I remember. You were right there. Talk about that. Is that kind of the focus for you this year, is to make it pop it through in Madison?
Yeah, that's my main goal. I've been at a tough sectional every year, and it's been me and my coach's main goal we prep week in and week out coming up to that, getting myself ready for that.
Okay, interesting stuff. Brett, do you have something else from
online? For both guys, from Carlos, who has the most fire on the team that gets you guys all jacked up on a Friday night?
Yeah, there you go, Tyler.
I feel that our quarterback has
really?
He has a lot of energy when we get into that final huddle before we're ready to go out, kick off or kick return, and he likes to get the boys fired up, that's for sure.
Yeah, Cullen, your thoughts on that?
I'm right there with him. Sometimes his intensity gets a little carried away with it at times. And we got to kind of cool him down during the game, but it's all out of good fun, and we end up cooling down at the end of it all.
Okay, all right. Brett, do you have something else from
Interesting
online?
question, Jay Pawlowski. I hope I'm saying that right. Who do you trust most on offense, and why do you trust that person?
Now, I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. Trust for a big play or just
sure
in
either.
general. I don't know. It's kind of an odd question, so I don't know if one of you guys want to tackle that one, or who you trust the most in that situation.
Well, depending on what the play is, if it's a run play, I'm trusting him the most, that he's going to find where we're putting the hole for him so that he can get us those yards so we can get off the field.
And pretty much the same thing back. When it's a run play, I'm trusting them to make that hole happen. So it's not so much a specific person, but it's just the whole team.
I was just going to say, it sounds to me like they have faith in everyone. You know, it's not just one person. Brett, do you have anything from online?
Nope.
Well, guys, you got to be honest with me. Tell me some things that you guys really think you should work on. We all know about your strengths. You guys are 7-1. You're doing a lot of good things. But is there something that coach is preaching to you guys? Okay, we kind of steadily make incremental improvement here because the postseason is right there. Does anything kind of come to mind when stuff that maybe you guys got to improve on?
I like Kelly said before, it's a lot of the technique. Just focus on the small stuff throughout the season because the small things are what can slip. And in football, you can lose a game by inches. So again, it's just the technique and making sure that you're doing the little things right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing goes with me. Like going into this year, I had been struggling with getting my hands inside so that I'm not getting called for penalties and holding.
What?
And
you get called for penalties? Come on, no way.
As we say down on the line, it's not a Menasha game without a holding call.
Okay, there you go.
I was struggling getting my hands inside, so that was one of the main things I focused through the first half of the season. And once I finally started to get it down, I just kind of put everything together.
Okay, great stuff. Good stuff. Brett, you have something else from online? Here's a question I always ask anybody in any sport. Obviously, Tyler, you're a running back, and Colin, you play on the offensive defensive lines. But did you ever wish you kind of played something else, man? Well, why not put you at fullback for down by the line and hand you the ball, my friend?
That's actually exactly where I want to be. Back in my middle school days, short yardage, we'd put me back at fullback.
And how did you perform?
More than half the time, a little more. I would get that first down or touchdown that we needed. But
interesting.
Just to be able to go back there for a play or two would be a good time.
Okay, how about for you, Tyler?
I've always had some interest in playing linebacker.
Okay.
I never have played. I used to actually play D-line back in the YMCA days, but linebacker would definitely be a position I'd be interested in.
Is that because you get to lay out people instead of having them you all the time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right, great stuff again here with Menasha football players Tyler Rail, Colin Quick. Brett, did you have something else from online?
Let's do this one. Football fan wants to know if you missed the rivalry with Nina. Remember? You
Yeah, that's
Menasha
a good question.
year.
Actually, one I didn't have. Nina's still an improving program. They're not where they want to be yet, too. Because we've covered a couple of their games, but talk about that because obviously when you guys were back in the Fox Valley Association, I think before you guys were in varsity or up in high school, that was a big game between you guys year in year out. Do you kind of miss that rivalry with Nina?
Yeah, we do kind of miss it, but I feel like we definitely get that same kind of rivalry out of Xavier. So it's kind of like we lost one, but we gained one.
Okay, so, interesting.
Yeah, like the history that goes back through that rivalry. Like I get talked to my uncles and my dad about they played Nina back in the day, and it'd be a really fun game. And it's like one of those games like you would remember from when you're an adult until you're just sitting watching football. Hey, I remember games like this.
Telling your kids about it. Brett, did you have something else from online? Hey, let's talk about Jeremy Korth. First off, one of my favorite guys around. Big Bears fan, Bear Down. So I know Jeremy for a long time. But what can you guys maybe tell me about him that people might not know? I always like to hear a little dirt. I like to hear a little something, so I can needle him about it later. But what can you tell me about him? Anything come to mind, Tyler?
He likes to have a lot of fun, but if you're having too much fun, he definitely knows how to get real serious. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Colin?
He likes to get his hands dirty still. He does have position coaches for each position, but he'll eventually come walking over to our offensive lineman area, and he'll get down in the dirt and be like, you got to go this way, or you got to do your steps this way. And it's a lot of fun to see him moving around because then afterwards he's just all energized and amped up, and we're going to run plays afterwards, and he's just all ready for that too, and it's a good time.
Is he kind of a yelling kind of coach? Some of these guys are really or is he kind of a little bit more subdued, or does it vary?
It's changed over the years. It's been I remember like my sophomore year, I got yelled at a fair amount.
Okay.
But as the years have gone by, he's gotten a little bit more calm.
Okay. Would you say the same thing, Tyler?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, it's sometimes with the younger kids, you don't get through to them as well if you're just screaming at them, and he's kind of focused on telling you what you did wrong. And then,
Interesting. Good stuff again here with Menasha football players Colin Quick and Tyler Rail. Brett, did you have something from online? Well, you know what, Brett? Let me go to the promos right away. And let me start off this little halftime here, my 30-second halftime, talking about our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton. Green Bay, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, and Sturgeon Bay. Our craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Stop in today, Brett, for our fall mattress clearance sale there again at Verlo Mattress. Now, I already admitted I'm a Bears fan. Are you guys Packer fans? Tyler?
Yes.
Well, anyway, every Monday I co-host a Packers show, if you guys want to believe that. I co-hosted with that guy there, Brett Christopherson, and a certain Packers running back, Aaron Jones, is our co-host. Now, listen, I'm not a Packer fan, but that guy is pretty cool. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. Can't say anything bad about him. He's on my fantasy team, too. But, yeah, and don't forget about Jim Rosedick, helps out on the production end as well. But, yeah, it's a free Packers show. So every Monday, 6:30 p.m., come on down. It used to be the Paper Valley Hotel. Now it's the Red Lion Hotel. Inside is the Clubhouse Sports Grill. Every Monday, 6:30 p.m. is our free Packers show, co-hosted again by Aaron Jones. And he'll bring guests every week. What was it, Lucas Patrick this past week, Brett? Yeah, so, offensive lineman, but he brought in Kenny Clark a couple weeks ago. So you meet all your favorite Packers. Who's your favorite Packer? Come on.
I like David Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari was actually our co-host for a whole season. Good guy, by the way. Showtime, can't say a bad thing about him. Hey, there's a surprise offensive lineman loving Bakhtiari. How about for you?
I mean, if you could take a guess, it'd probably be Aaron Jones, obviously.
Aaron Jones, there you go. So Aaron Jones, a great guy, by the way. Can't say enough about him. If you guys are free on Monday, 6:30, come on down and see the show. Well, we'll save you a table. All right, guys? So you guys can come down and watch your favorite Packers again every Monday, 6:30 p.m. for the Clubhouse Live show. We do a podcast. We're doing it tomorrow, too, at 11 o'clock. The R&B show, Ricardo and Brett. Get it? We're really slick with the name and the creativity. But we'll be talking about you guys at length because, the playoffs are ramping up, Brett. And pretty soon, I'm not sure if it's going to be this week. I think it's going to be the following week. We're going to give our postseason predictions. I always love doing it, where I see our area teams falling. In terms of in divisions, and then where you guys are going to finish in the postseasons. A lot of times I've picked you guys to be Division 2, Division 3 champs, so we'll check it out and see. Best place to find that, though, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, so please check it out, the R&B show. Twitter, do you guys have Twitter? Colin, I think you have Twitter, don't you?
I don't use it anymore.
Never use it, huh? How about for you, Tyler?
I do have Twitter.
All right, go ahead. If you want to give out your Twitter account, go ahead and do it, your name, or do you even remember it?
I don't use it very much, so.
Okay, well, I'm at PC Ricardo. Brett's at PC Brettsy. Don't forget about Rosie at Metal Rosie. Actually, Twitter's my favorite social medium, just because I'm at all the games and I'll be able to update anything that you guys do. When you guys are down at Camp Randall, I'll be updating. Oh, Real just scored another touchdown. Oh, there's Quick again, picking up the fumble, running it in. Those kind of stuff. So I can update right away. So please check me out, PC Ricardo. Now, shout outs, guys. Don't forget to send some love out to people who got you where you are today, but this is very important. You cannot forget anybody. Because I've had guys say, I forgot my girlfriend or whatever, but they get in the doghouse and it's a very bad situation. So remember, all right, who are you going to send some love to? Okay, Brett, do we have any questions from online? No, okay, well, here's a question I love asking. Who's the toughest team that you guys have played? But if you can be more specific, did you go against a linebacker who really tackled you hard? Did you run against a defensive lineman who really gave you a lot of trouble? Toughest team and player that you've gone against, and you cannot say, it's got to be opponent, you can't say your own teammate. All right, we'll start over here with Colin. Anybody kind of fit that mold?
I'd have to say West Superior is our toughest team that we've gone against, and Kadanko was, when I was playing D-line against him, it was a real battle.
Okay.
It was a hard time. It was just a really good, it's one of those games I'll remember. Because
now, what specifically, anything in particular that Kadanko?
For the size that he has, he was very fast on his feet.
Okay. Wow, interesting. How about for you, Tyler?
Yeah, obviously, like what he said, it's West Superior, but number 30, that linebacker, he likes to get in on a lot of those where I'm stood up in the pile. All of a sudden, he'll come in, and he likes to hit. I like it, though.
All right, he likes to finish off the tackle.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, too. Brett, did you have something from
let's do a few football guys going to put the guys on the spot. Who's your
boy.
favorite coach for the Blue Jays?
Oh, see, that's a question from online, guys.
This could be Coach Korth watching right now.
I don't know.
You got this one first.
All right. I'd have to say one of my favorite coaches to have a casual conversation to is Coach Seidel. He's just a good guy, and he's just willing to listen no matter what. But probably one of the most fun coaches that I have is my offensive line coach, Coach Payne.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. See, Tyler, there you go.
Yeah, so Seidel is obviously, he's the running back coach, so I spend the most time with him. But if I'm going for a casual conversation and seeing him in school, it's Coach Tristan.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just an all-around good guy, and he's always there to help me out.
Good stuff. Great stuff from online. Brett, did you have something else?
Yeah, let's keep them going. They're coming in. Jay Pulowski, what's your best football memory, I guess? Best.
Yeah.
Best
favorite.
or favorite? We'll
Favorite football memory, we'll say. Anything come to mind, Colin?
Just getting to play next to some of the guys that have graduated and gone on now.
Okay.
Like my sophomore and junior year, I played next to Alex Solak.
Okay, sure.
He's just a fun guy to play next to. He can get a little heated at times, but he was just a great buddy to have, and it was just a good time for 2 years.
Okay.
Some of my favorite memories they're happening this year, and it's just the constant, I don't know, just the energy that the team has. It's always and the sideline chatter. It's just all the inside jokes. Those are always a good time. So
let's talk about your positions a little bit, and I want to talk to both Tyler and Cullen here. But Cullen, for you, Menasha has produced some awesome offensive linemen, man, dating all the way back to the Westfall. Can't remember defensive lineman. Andy Kemp, obviously, yeah. Sure. I can forget him, but then both Elazazis, and then you talked about Sokol. Talk about that a little bit. Did that kind of show you like a level where you got to play at in that way?
Yeah, it kind of sets you that expectation because sometimes if you get on coach's bad side, he'll talk to you like, hey, you got to start performing because they start to compare you to guys in past years. It kind of hits you a little tough because like you're the guy that's supposed to be on top doing the best, but it hits you hard, so it gives you that little bit of drive at times.
Okay, and as for you, obviously Menasha has always turned out some really great running backs. You know, Zirpel obviously very recently. We talked about Belknap before the show, but does that also for you, like, hey, look, we expect you have to function at a high level here in this offense. We expect that to happen.
Yeah, especially following like Jaden Sell, Tyler Shevs,
sure.
and Riley Zirpel. It's just they set the bar, and it's my job to go and surpass that bar so the next kid under me realizes what the work and what's going to take to become that athlete.
Outstanding stuff. Brett, you have something else from
online?
Yeah,
that's a good question. Football fan wants to know, will you be staying up like the rest of us late Friday night and into Saturday morning to see where you will be grouped in the playoffs?
Not just you, but I'm going to be up too. I'm going to be here in the office. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to maybe get some pizza or whatever. Because this is my favorite time of year, guys, is finding out where you guys are in the groupings and how the pairings are coming out. It's my Christmas. You guys going to be doing the same thing, trying to find out where you guys are? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm going to bed.
He's going to bed.
After a long game, it's bedtime.
Yeah,
okay.
we gotta wake up and go to yoga and lifting in the morning.
So you don't have a choice, right? You got to go to bed. Okay, well, I'll be up trying to figure all that stuff out. It
doesn't matter. They'll play who they play. They don't
exactly.
Care.
They don't care. But Brett, you have something
else?
else?
Brady Batchelor. What is the biggest life lesson or piece of wisdom that Menasha football has taught you? There we go.
Basically, when adversity hits, just keep pushing because you're gonna like the outcome. When you don't give up more than if you did give up, you're going to regret that, and that goes to our saying, fear, regret, not failure. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but it's the little things. That's what I've really taken out of it. With your schoolwork, with family, with friends, with anything in life, it's always been about the little things, and I've started to realize that even more and more this year, and I'm starting to understand why they've been telling us that.
Okay, before we go back to online now, guys, talk about the Bay a little bit. Do you guys like playing in the Bay? I know you guys playing the VFA South was before you guys were there, but talk about that. You like your conference because it's a little bit different playing Hortonville and Fond du Lac and Neenah, and now you're playing West of Pier and Xavier and Seymour and Waupaca and that kind of stuff. Do you like the conference that you guys play in?
Yeah, I do like it. It's a very good mixture of some competitive teams and some teams that are not so competitive. So it gives us some time to heal up and stay healthy when the playoffs come around.
I'm right there with Tyler. It's that mixture that's where you're starting to see teams over the years that weren't as great are getting better in their learning, and it's starting to become one of those conferences that could be really well set in the future.
Good stuff. Brett, do you have something from online?
Yeah, let's do this. Menasha fan wants to know, what do you guys see as the biggest obstacle between yourselves and Madison?
Wow, that's pinpointing it. Okay, anybody have a thought on that?
There's the conversation that we call the round 2 curse, where we've gone out round 2 3 years in a row now, 4 years in a row.
Okay.
And it that's like the big thing that hits with me, where we got to get past that round 2, and if we show that, I feel like our team is willing to put whatever they need out there to set ourselves down to Madison.
Yeah, good stuff.
You said it perfectly. Pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. So.
Yeah, there you go, Brett. Good stuff. Yeah.
Let's talk food, right? Jay Pulowski wants to know, what is your favorite Thursday night meal, which is coming up tomorrow night?
Yeah, that is.
It would have to be spaghetti dinner. I know that's what he's looking for. So, yeah.
Yep, and spaghetti dinner is a great time.
Okay, all right. No, but consensus here, Brett. You have something else quick?
Well, Casey, Q for Cullen, maybe a little scouting report on what the offensive line is going to look like after you graduate.
The big thing that our coaches plead during the off season is they're putting the best 5 players out there. Okay. It doesn't matter who it's going to be. So it's whoever. We got a lot of young guys that have a lot of potential. With us starting to get ready for playoffs, our freshmen are starting to join the varsity level, and they're starting to get reps with us. And seeing all the young guys and what they could be doing is a big thing for us. So
okay, interesting.
I think it's got a bright future to it.
Anything to add to that, Tyler?
Yeah, if I was a younger running back and I was coming up behind them, I really like the work that they're putting in. So, I mean, they see these big guys up here putting in all this work, and I think it's starting to filter into their motivation as well.
Yeah, one thing about Menasha, always have great running backs, always have great offensive linemen. So, Brett, do you have something else? No? Well, guys, real quick, rituals and superstitions. Do you guys do anything before the games to get ready? Okay, Cullen's already shaking his head. Yes, I want to hear some of the individual things you do.
So every Friday, we have a little rotation between a couple buddies on the team. Go back to my house and we grill some steaks before the game.
Wow, there you go.
And then every game I wear the same clothing, same undershirt, same sweatshirt, same shorts, same everything.
Washed every week?
Okay,
I'm just asking.
Yes, there are people that do that, but I wash my stuff. But that's a big thing, and post-game meal is always either pizza from Quick Trip or some burgers from McDonald's.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. It's worked out well for you. How about Tyler? You do anything like that?
Yeah, I've been wearing the same undershirt for the past 3 years. Yes, I do wash.
Okay, that was my next question.
And I've been wearing my Lucky socks for 2 years as well. And,
okay, they're holding up still. The socks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right before every game, I run to Quick Trip and I get a specific body armor, so Quick Trip don't ever run out.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
interesting. This is good stuff. Very specific stuff here, Brett, for the guys in terms of their pregame rituals. Now, you're a multi-sport athlete. Are you also, Tyler?
I do track. Yeah.
Do track. So talk about that. And this is always a question I love asking the student athletes. Like, how do you manage your time, right? Because all the sports take up so much of your time, and then you got school, you got your academics. You guys are both 4.0 students. Right, and then then you got your social life. I mean, you guys got your homeboys to hang out with. Got the girls all chasing you. So how do you guys manage all that time? When you look back and you think, and then you got to sleep, right? So Tyler, I mean, how do you manage it, man?
I don't know. It just kind of happens. If things fall into place, then you carry out your plans. But definitely got to focus on your academics, because without the grades, you will not be playing on Friday night.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Colin?
Yeah, it's a large thing. I give my mom a lot of credit for it, that she's constantly on me. If I have even one thing missing that's worth maybe 5 points out of thousands of points that I have in the grade book or something, she'll be on me about it, and I give her a lot of credit for that. But yeah, it's just constantly trying to keep up with everything. You just got to be willing to do it, or else you don't get that time that you want.
All right, great stuff. Brett, you have one more thing from online at all?
Yeah, a football guy wants to know, what's with the senior haircuts?
Okay, what's up with that, guys?
That's just the tradition that's been going on. I don't even know where it started. I just know that if you're a senior, you didn't cut your hair. It's just
you're not with everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we had a couple guys come over to my garage, and we just sat down and cut hair for 2-3 hours. And
oh man, do you have someone who knew what they were doing?
Oh, sure.
Okay. All right. So I didn't know you were the team hairstylist.
Yeah, I think my favorite one that I gave was to one of our linebackers. Shaved the back half of his head.
Wow.
And then we clean shaved it all the way down. It was a good time.
Wow.
Took a while, but it was a good time.
This is good stuff, man. So inside knowledge here with the Menasha football team. Great stuff. Now, Brett, do you have anything else? Because it's time for shout-outs.
Let's do shout-outs.
Let's do the shout-outs. Okay, so guys, this is where I want you to... Rosie, show them the camera that they'll be looking at right there. That's the camera you got to be looking at. All right, we always start farthest over to my right. So, Colin, go ahead. Look in the camera, send out some love people who got you where you are today.
My mom and dad are a very big part of my life. They've kept me they've been on me about keeping up with school, keeping up with work, doing everything that I need to do. Also, my brother's constantly pushing me to be better and better. My friends, just whenever I need that little bit of relaxed time, they're always there, willing to hang out with me and have a good time. And I'd have to say my coaches for showing me what potential I can have in any sport that I'm in.
All right. Tyler.
Yeah, so I'd like to shout out my parents. They, when I forget things, they're the first persons that I can trust to go and grab them for me. So they they push me into this sport. So I'm thankful that I've had this opportunity. I like to shout out my friends, all of them. They're just good people to be around, especially after a game. You know, something happens, you can always go to them, be lifted up. And then, like he said, definitely my coaches, especially Coach Tristan. Love you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, my shout goes out to Coach Korth, because Coach Korth has always been there for me when I need, guys for the roundtable. I need to talk to him about, potential player for the Elite 11, all that kind of stuff. He's never let me down. Bear down, my friend. All right. So, guys, my last question. Here's the thing. I cover the whole G10, so I cover anybody from Stratford way up in the central group of Wausau area. I cover anybody in Sheboygan, Green Bay, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh. I'm going to be at Camp Randall, basically what I'm saying, for all 7 divisions. Well, I think you guys are for sure in Division 3. It looks like all the breakdowns, which, by the way, I'm excited to see that you guys are in Division 3. You guys might be too. Are we going to see you guys on the rug, man, down there? That's what I want to know. Are we going to see you guys down there at Camp Randall? Now, maybe you're a little too, I don't know, I want to predict us to be there, but let's put it to you this way. Let's say you guys are down there. What would have had to have happened? Maybe some big keys that maybe would have gotten you guys there, okay? Let me reword it that way. How about for you, Tyler?
I mean, just like we've been saying this whole time, keep focusing on the small things, because you could lose that one game and that would be your final game by an inch, and then those are going to be the little obstacles that end up turning out to be the game changers. So.
Get that monkey off your back on level 2, right?
Yeah.
Second round.
The chemistry between our team is probably one of the biggest things that we just keep building. From the beginning of the season, we had those little flaws that every team has, but they worked out really well, and it's just been going better and better, and we're getting everything set, getting going, and we're ready to take it to whoever we have to.
All right, great stuff again. Menasha football team representing again, Cullen Quick. Tyler Rail guys are finishing off their season this week. Is it Green Bay East, right? Is that who you guys are playing? And then they have the big playoff games coming up next week. So again, thank you guys for appearing on the roundtable. For knowledge or info, I guess I should say, on who's going to be on next week's show, please go to facebook.com/Varsity Roundtable. That's where we'll let you know who's going to be on the show next week. Could be some girls volleyball players, perhaps some boys soccer players, or maybe in cross country. Best place to find out, again, facebook.com/Varsity Roundtable. Again, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show, taking time, again, out of your busy schedule. I know you guys are earning the 4.0s, that kind of stuff. So, again, everyone out there, for Cullen Quick, Tyler Rail of Menasha Football, I'm Ricardo Arguello. Don't forget about Jim Rosendick and Brett Christopherson, also of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Have a great week, everyone, and see you back here next week for another episode of the Varsity Roundtable.